Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving right into Chapter 3, Emerging Trends. We're going to take a close look at the fascinating technologies that are fundamentally shaping our modern digital economy. Because, let's face it, technology is evolving at a breakneck pace right now. And to truly understand the world around us, we need to decode these state-of-the-art systems that are setting entirely new trends. So let's dive right in and make sense of this future that, honestly, is already here.
To help us map out this chapter efficiently, today's agenda covers 4 interconnected pillars of tomorrow's technology: artificial intelligence, immersive experiences in robotics, big data, and the Internet of Things.
All right, starting off with Section 1, artificial intelligence. It's a buzzword we hear literally all the time, but today we're going to truly demystify what makes these systems actually tick.
To ground this in reality, have you ever wondered how your smartphone's map app is able to instantly guide you to the absolute fastest route? I mean, it doesn't just know where the roads are, it's analyzing real-time data like traffic congestion almost instantly. Or think about when you upload a photo online and your friends' faces are just recognized and tagged automatically. It feels like magic, right? But it's not. It's artificial intelligence actively working to simulate human cognitive functions like problem-solving and decision-making.
Now, you might be wondering, how does it pull that off? Well, to perform these highly intelligent tasks with almost no human intervention, machines rely on what's called a knowledge base. Think of this as a massive digital brain containing a store of facts, assumptions, and rules. By constantly referencing this base, the AI system learns from past experiences and outcomes, which allows it to continuously make better, newer decisions on the fly.
And what's really cool is how this intelligence breaks down into specialized subsystems. First up is machine learning. This is where computers use statistical techniques to learn from data completely on their own. They build predictive models without a human having to explicitly program every single step. Then you have the second major subsystem, natural language processing, or NLP for short. This is all about human-to-computer interaction using spoken or written language. If you've ever used predictive typing on a search engine, relied on spell check, or just asked your digital assistant a question, you've used NLP.
Moving right along to Section 2, Immersive Experiences and Robotics. Let's see how technology is creating incredibly realistic ways to interact with both digital environments and the physical world. So, immersive experiences basically stimulate our senses to make digital interactions feel, well, real. But people confuse the two main types all the time, so let's clear that up. Virtual reality, or VR, plunges you into a completely simulated 3D computer-generated reality. Think of putting on a headset and suddenly you're standing on a virtual battlefield. Augmented reality, or AR, on the other hand, doesn't create a new world at all. It simply alters your existing physical reality by superimposing digital components right on top of it.
A perfect practical example of this is location-based augmented reality. Say you point your smartphone camera at a physical space, like a busy shopping mall or a historical monument while you're traveling. Suddenly, real-time, location-based digital information pops up instantly on your screen. You haven't left the real world, you're just augmenting it with a layer of really helpful data.
But taking this physical interaction a step further brings us to the wild world of robotics. We have moved way past just repetitive factory machines to a truly vast spectrum of capabilities. On one end of the spectrum, you have something like NASA's Mars Exploration Rover, this highly complex wheeled robot designed specifically to conduct scientific research in the harsh environment of space. And then on the total opposite end, you have Sophia. She is a humanoid robot, meaning she literally resembles a human. Sophia uses AI, visual data processing, and facial recognition to not only hold conversations, but to actually imitate human gestures and expressions.
And robotics definitely aren't just stuck on the ground. We also have drones, which are unmanned aircraft. By using embedded systems, GPS, and a bunch of onboard sensors, drones can fly entirely autonomously, following software-controlled flight plans. They are absolutely revolutionizing dozens of fields right now, everything from disaster management and aerial photography to search and rescue operations and even short-distance package delivery.
All right, that brings us to Section 3, big data. This is the massive, somewhat chaotic fuel actively powering every single system and robot we just talked about. Just consider this for a moment. Right now, we have over 1 billion internet users worldwide generating traffic primarily from their smartphones. Because of this non-stop connectivity, we are producing a staggering 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every single day. And honestly, as more and more devices come online, that pace is only going to speed up.
If quintillions is a bit hard to wrap your head around,
Just think about the sheer volume of data generated in a mere 60 seconds online. We're talking millions of search queries, millions of videos viewed, hundreds of thousands of messages sent. This data is so voluminous and complex that traditional database tools literally just can't process it. And that, right there, is exactly what we mean when we say big data. Because a huge chunk of this data is completely unstructured, like random tweets, instant messages, and blog comments, we have to structure our understanding of it using what's called the 5 V's. We deal with volume, which is that enormous size, velocity, the rapid rate it's generated, variety, the wild mix of text, image, and video, and veracity, which is all about the trustworthiness of the data. And finally, value. This is the ultimate goal, really. To extract those hidden patterns that hold immense business potential, we rely heavily on data analytics tools, like the Pandas library and the Python programming language, to filter out the noise and draw actual conclusions.
Which leads us perfectly into our fourth and final section, the Internet of Things. Let's look at how all this incredible connectivity physically manifests right inside our everyday environments.
So, historically, a computer network just meant connecting your laptop to a server, right? But the Internet of Things, or IoT, is what happens when everyday objects stop being isolated offline machines. By embedding hardware, like microcontrollers and software, into everyday items, they can suddenly connect to the internet, communicate, and seamlessly exchange data collaboratively on a shared network.
And what does this actually mean for you? Basically, superpowers. Through the Web of Things, you gain incredible remote control capabilities. Because these everyday devices are communicating on the exact same network as your smartphone, you can remotely turn on your air conditioner, check your CCTV cameras, or even lock your front door while you are literally miles away from home. The devices are all assisting each other to create this seamless, intelligent ecosystem.
But you might be asking, how do these random objects actually feel their physical environment to gather all that data in the first place? The secret sauce here is the integration of smart sensors. Think about your smartphone for a second. How does it know you just turned it sideways to watch a video full screen? Well, it uses built-in sensors, an accelerometer to detect orientation, and a gyroscope to track rotation. A smart sensor takes those physical inputs, processes them using its own built-in computing resources, and then passes that crucial data onto the network so the device can react appropriately.
As we wrap up this explainer on Chapter 3, having mapped out our interconnected digital society from AI and robotics all the way to the massive flow of big data and the smart sensors sitting right in our homes, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. Look at your smartphone right now. Think about the apps you used today, the routes you navigated, the messages you sent. How are your own daily digital activities contributing to the generation of big data right in this exact moment? It's a vast, continuous technological footprint that we are all leaving behind. Keep exploring, stay curious, and thanks so much for joining me to decode the emerging trends shaping our world.